Good people YouTube, I'm the Watch Idiot, and at the moment it's a little bit after 7 a.m. and I haven't slept, and I don't think I'll be sleeping just because of how excited I am about the one particular new release from Rolex and also Tudor, and also because I have to edit the video, make the thumbnail, all the good stuff, and post it. So but it's all good because I think that this year's releases and discontinuations were, I think, by far the best and most interesting that I've seen in years. And I obviously want to hear what you all think about it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, in this video, I'm going to go over my highlights from Rolex and Tudor, including the all new freaking 42mm titanium Yacht Master, which I'm so excited about, and the new Black Bay 54, not 48. And I'm probably gonna slip up and say 58 many times, but yeah, we're gonna have to get used to it. Anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, we finally have the first titanium watch from Rolex that can actually be used by mere mortals like myself and many other people with the 42mm Yacht Master Titanium, and this was teased in their promo, and the prototype has been seen before, you know, out in the wild. But yeah, it's just incredible. In my reaction video way back when for the Behemoth 50mm Deep Sea Challenge in titanium, I said that it was the most exciting Rolex release in years because it introduced us to my favorite watch metal, titanium. And the reason why I was so excited was because of the future releases in titanium from Rolex. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to show up this soon after the Deep Sea Challenge, but yeah, I'm really happy that it did. So yeah, we've got a 42mm Rolex diver. As far as I'm concerned, I know that it's actually not a diver. So yeah, in many ways, this is gonna be a more wearable Tudor Pelagos, since this is, you know, most likely gonna be much thinner than the Pelagos, but obviously it's not the same thing since it's got way less water resistance at 100 meters, because obviously we need so much more water resistance for the saturation diving that we all do daily. So yeah, I absolutely love this watch, and I've already registered my interest because I just love all things titanium, and I've been wanting to get a Rolex back into the collection for a while now. But I think that I'm going to revisit the Yacht Master after I have some more time to just think about it, dwell on it a little bit more, and think about how it relates to my absolutely beloved Pelagos here. And I'll probably do a deeper dive into the Yacht Master slash maybe a little rough on paper comparison to the Pelagos this weekend. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and subscribe if you haven't already done so if you want to see stuff like that. So in terms of big news, the all new Black Bay 54 line has been born, and it's a 37mm Black Bay, which is definitely a very cool size. And I honestly think that I would get this Black Bay 54 if I was actually looking to get a Black Bay again. And to be honest, I wasn't really aware that many people were asking for a smaller size, because, you know, I've made a bunch of videos on my Black Bay 58 Blue and my 925, and I got maybe like a few comments out of like the hundreds asking for a smaller version. But that doesn't matter because it harkens back to the very first Submariner, the 6202, and the very first Tudor diver, the 7922, and those were 36mm. So I guess this new Black Bay 54 is, you know, the new bigger version, I guess. But yeah, I really do think that this is going to be quite popular. And I like the color combo here a lot because it's got a gilt dial, and the bezel is a simple black and silver colored bezel like the 6202, the 792 bezel. And it's a simple bezel because the first 15 minutes don't have the minute markers in between, just like basically most other divers out there on the market. And oh, another really nice little detail is that the dial is a sunburst black dial, which really suits the nature of this watch, and really isn't, yeah, I think this and then also the next watch are the first watches to have. Finally, this has a T-fit clasp, which has yet to make it to the Black Bay 58 line, so maybe next year or later on this year. And then, oh, obviously the Black Bay GMT doesn't have a T-Fit clasp either. And the next big thing is the return of the burgundy bezel, which I am a huge fan of, and it's on a 5-link bracelet as they call it, but we all know what it is exactly. And I have to say that I am really loving this, and I don't own any watches with red, and I would love to own something with red. And this one is super tempting, especially because the dial is actually a black sunburst dial like the Black Bay 54, and you know, that alongside the gilt dial and obviously the red burgundy, it overall makes for a very unique experience. And it's also got the Meta certified movement in here, the MT5602, which is great. However, since they are using this movement, which is the same movement that's in the Black Bay ceramic, it means that's going to be a 41mm watch, and it's also most likely going to be 14.5mm thick, which is the thickness of the Black Bay ceramic, so it's going to be a bit of a thick boy. And the last watch to get a decently big update, well, as far as Tudor and Rolex are concerned, is the Black Bay GMT, which hasn't changed at all since the introduction back in 2018. And yeah, now it's got a white opaline dial, which does look pretty cool. You know, it's not my cup of tea, but I'm sure a lot of people are really going to enjoy this one. So first up, we have a completely new model line, which is not done by Rolex very often at all, and it's the 1908 collection, which is their new dress watch since they have officially gotten rid of the Cellini line. And that makes me a bit sad because the Cellini moon phase was a very, very cool watch, but oh well. But the next big thing is that the Milgauss is officially dead, and I am super disappointed about it because it is a really, really cool watch, and I figured that it would get the Air King treatment at some point, meaning that it would get the sort of straight edge sport case with the crown guards, because with that, and if it had more brush surfaces, I would have loved to own one, but now it doesn't seem that I'll get a chance to ever do that. Next up, we have this new Daytona that has a redesigned case, and yeah, it's basically the same thing. In fact, it's so similar to the outgoing Daytona that you probably didn't realize that this photo is from the 2016 release of the last gen Daytona. This is the new photo of the new version, and you probably still didn't realize that this photo is actually not that one. This is the new Daytona. So yeah, not much has changed, but it's got an updated movement amongst other things, a new rotor, and the platinum version has a see-through caseback, which is actually pretty cool and pretty wild for any Rolex any Rolex, let alone a sport Rolex. Next up, we have a full yellow gold and Rolazor GMT Master II with a black and gray bezel, which is a color combo that I've never seen before from Rolex. And yeah, I would absolutely love it if this bezel combo, black and gray, was put on a steel GMT Master II, or if they put this bezel combo and then they made a titanium GMT Master II. Yeah, that's just, oh man, I think that would be right up there as like one of like the most perfect Rolexes ever. Next up, we've got the Explorer back in a bigger size, the 40mm. So it's the return of the 39mm kind of, and yeah, I'm happy with this one because I actually like the bigger size for this particular version of the Explorer, is just because the numerals are a little bit sportier, so it feels more modern and it just feels like it suits a bigger, slightly bigger size. Oh, and also this celebration dial OP is really, really fun. I feel like if I was gonna get an OP, it would be this one. And I also have a feeling that this is gonna be a super sought after watch. Just have a feeling for it, but yeah, let's see what the market says. So yeah, there you have it. Let me know what you think about these releases down in the comments, and until the next video, good day.